Yeah, so 32 years. 1987 was the last time we had this good of a January. We were collapsing in the last quarter of 2018, and now we're just zooming up. Sounds great, right? All's well in the world of stocks, right? Yeah, no, I don't think so. I would say that the global economy, global growth is what matters most these days. Our economies are all so interconnected way more than they used to be that if China is starting to go down, everyone's starting to go down. If the U.S. is starting to go down, everyone's starting to go down. If Germany and France are starting to go down, or Britain with Brexit, everyone's starting to go on. And that's what's happening. China has had their slowest, their economy is slowing down the most in 30 years. So while we're having a great stock market right now, their economy is slowing down quite a bit. Germany has already been shrinking. They're in recession. Brexit, Britain, we all know what's going on. So some of the biggest economies in the world are on the brink of shrinking a decent chunk. That's a huge deal. And our stock market is actually right now happy and positive. And the main reason that's happening is because of the Federal Reserve Bank. A dude named Jerome Powell, who runs that bank, and all the Fed governors have basically decided to stop raising interest rates. What a lot of people don't know, Anthony, is how important interest rates are to our economy. They're like literally the oil that debt is literally the oil that runs our economic engine. You know what I mean? And so because our economy runs on so much debt and borrowing money, the moment you raise the cost of borrowing, like if it costs 1%, or 2%, increasing it to 2% has a huge impact on the economy. And so the Fed recently, last year, they're like, hey, our economy's starting to overheat. We're growing way too strong. Let's slow things down. And they started raising interest rates to slow down the economy. That's kind of their mechanism, their tool to slow down the economy and kind of land the airplane softly is to raise interest rates. Then Trump started bitching and moaning about the Fed, saying, stop raising interest rates. And, they kind of listened. And they're like, oh, yeah, okay, maybe we're going to stop raising interest rates. Now, there's other reasons they're now stopping. They're halting their interest rate rise. But nevertheless, we have a pretty much very, very strong economy. We've been growing our economy for over a decade. This expansion has been really powerful. And now the Fed has decided they're going to slow down interest rates. Now, I don't actually agree with it. I think they should. It's okay to force our economy into a mini recession. That's not a bad thing. Instead of continuing to try and grow the shit out of the economy. Because what happens when you try and grow the shit out of the economy, bubbles happen. You start to do shit like you did in 2008. Just everyone keeps buying houses, or everyone keeps borrowing money for this or borrowing money for that. So, my fear is that that's what's happening, is that we're setting ourselves up for some kind of a bubble if one has not already started to inflate in some way.